Hey guys, welcome back to the #1 YouTube channel in the entire world. Today we're making a video on Andrei and Elizabeth. This is going to be part 3 of our Andrei and Elizabeth series, and this is going to be the most revealing part because we're going to be dumping a lot of information into this video, so stay until the end because we got a lot of juicy secrets coming out. Juicy secrets like Elizabeth's family's alleged criminal past and Andrei's alleged criminal past. The reason why he left Moldova, we're going to be finding out in today's video. Last time we looked at that iconic dinner scene when Elizabeth said, "Maybe I don't want to have a second wedding."
I'm totally fine not getting married a second time.
Morning after, Andrei introduces a unique gelatin dish to Elizabeth and says that here in Moldova we eat this dish. It's like a gelatin with meats inside of it, and it honestly looks like that gross food from Justin Bieber's music video, Yummy. So Elizabeth takes a bite of this gelatin dish and is absolutely revolted. Look at her face, which I don't really disagree with her. I'm sure I would hate that too. It looks absolutely disgusting. And there's gonna be a few people that are like, "That's culturally insensitive." Shut the f up. That shit looks disgusting.
Did you get sober today or?
Didn't drink anything. You were drunk.
You were drinking wine, Lib.
I had 1 glass of wine.
It was enough to say some stupid stuff.
Well, that's a great way to lead a conversation, Andrei. Hey, what's up, babe? You sober up? Because you said a lot of dumb shit last night. Meanwhile, everyone else feels like Elizabeth said some stuff that made a lot of sense last night.
Do you want this wedding or you don't want this wedding? What you want?
I want us to be happy, okay? It was my first time, my family coming here last night, and I was yet again in the middle of you, my dad, and Charlie.
I don't really understand Elizabeth's purpose in being like, I don't want the wedding when your dad already flew out and is already financing the wedding. Like, they already took the time to fly out to this country they have no business being in. And the only reason they're there is because you wanted to get married a second time so you could be back on the television show a second time because your acting career is kinda ass. Later we're gonna be looking more into Elizabeth's acting career. She played a cashier on the show Homeland.
What the fuck is that?
Not something that's an extra role that anyone could play.
Elizabeth is actually a method actor, so she committed for the role of a cashier in Homeland. For her 5-second scene, she worked about 6 weeks as a cashier at Albertsons just to learn the role.
So, you know, she tells everybody she's in Homeland. No, dude, you were an extra on the show Homeland. Anyone from the street, I could pick up anybody and they could play a cashier. That's not hard. You say 3 lines and then you're done. I've been an extra in films. It is not that hard, bro. It's actually really easy. And 90% of film majors or theater majors suck at it. I was a business major in college and I got casted as extras in like short films and stuff like that over theater kids that have been pursuing acting for 10 years. So just because someone says they're an actor or an actress doesn't mean they're a good actor or actress. Most of the actors and actresses suck.
We shouldn't have been here.
As I invite them here, we can be inappropriate during a dinner of them just meeting your parents.
So Andrei says they shouldn't have been here. Elizabeth's dad and brother shouldn't be here. Hey buddy, Elizabeth's dad is paying for the wedding and you don't want him to be here? You just want to send the money and not show up to the wedding? Really, is that how it works? You're such a mooch, bro. Can you imagine being that ungrateful?
Listen, you wanted a dream wedding and we are doing it right now.
Here's the thing, Andrei. You're the one that promised your dad that you would have a wedding in Moldova. I don't know why you're all of a sudden putting on Elizabeth and saying, "This is what you wanted, Elizabeth." This is what you wanted, bro. You're the one that promised that you would go to Moldova, do the wedding again, and get married in Moldova with your family and friends. Bruh.
Staying at home, say that to your father. Why are you afraid of?
Every time Andrei speaks, I have to actually lower my IQ to try and understand what he's saying. Andrei claims that Elizabeth is cool with him staying at home. She supports him being a homestay dad. Andrei's basically saying, if you're cool with me being a homestay dad, say the same thing to your father. Don't go in between. Don't play both sides of the field. Now, the problem with this is Elizabeth has never wanted you to be a homestay dad, bro. And we can see that from the opening scene from when you guys were on this new season. She comes home and is like, "Hey, did you get a job yet? Did you apply for a job?" And you say, No, I have an excuse. Yeah, she's cool with you being a homestay dad temporarily. Now, temporarily isn't years. That's the issue. And you know what? She brings that up to your face. She also brings that up with her family there. And the other night, Andrei crumbled under the pressure of being berated by his family and Elizabeth's family and even Elizabeth. So he was like getting ganged up on. He didn't like that feeling too much. But when he's in private with Elizabeth, she says the same things to him. The problem is that she's all timid and she's kind of a doormat and it's like, oh, okay, Andrei, you're a big stud, and I want to compete with my sisters because my sisters are happily married and we all breastfeed together, and, you know, I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to be the sister that doesn't have the husband. So she's willing to make sacrifices and use Andrei as an excuse to leech off her father.
What do you want? You want to go back and you just want to quit your job now, like, and we have to, like, to switch because now other people talk to you about, like, it's not okay, like, you really care about their opinion?
No, Andrei, you both can get jobs and still watch the kid. Elizabeth works for her dad. She actually has a job only because of her daddy. And you can still work and watch the kid. You both can get jobs. But hey, this is from the same lazy guy that never wants to actually get a job, so he'll find any excuse.
We're doing good, our bills are paid, and we have a nice life, so who cares? That's it.
Happy for you, Andrei. Obviously, your wife is not happy. Otherwise, you wouldn't be having this conversation with her.
Your family comes here and then just, like, straight away drama?
The first time in this part of the world and traveling that far, and we're just like talking about our relationship issues when they're here to supposedly see us get married again? What kind of horse is that?
I feel like Charlie just, like, asks stupid questions, like, just like that.
You know what, in Andrei's defense, Charlie, aka Kenny fucking Powers, does ask some really dumb questions sometimes. Like when he was in the car and was like, so does Amazon deliver here? No. What a shithole this place is. Now, I think a lot of the questions Kenny fucking Powers asks are dumb, but in like a, haha, we're an American, fuck your country kind of way. So I think it's more of a comedy side. I don't think he's being serious. Now, that being said, if he is being serious, it comes off really ignorant.
Because he's here in Moldova waiting to see us get married. What is he going to talk about?
I feel I'm pursued all the time by them.
Well, I don't think you've proven yourself thus far.
I don't have to prove to them.
You kind of do. You're going to be in everybody's lives for forever, hopefully.
So here I disagree with Elizabeth. I don't think Andrei needs to prove himself to your family as much as prove himself to you or prove that he's a capable husband, can be a breadwinner. I agree with all that stuff, but like the way Elizabeth talks about her family is like they're the Kennedys, and they're not, dude. Okay, guys, let's look at that magical moment now when Elizabeth, her family, and Andrei and his family meet up for dinner, and they get to ask Andrei what he was doing in Ireland, why he fled Moldova and went to Ireland. Let's find out what they say right now at dinner.
Okay, so listen to this, Charlie. This over here, see that one that is like looks like a flower? That's like pig fat. I'll show you how to eat this. You take that fat over there. We have vodka. It's a shot. You have to drink it all. You don't drink half because you're not half man. Okay, you drink it full.
This is a tradition in a lot of different places, a lot of countries throughout the world, but they do it with different foods. For example, there's a tradition in Iceland where you eat this fermented shark and then take a shot of liquor with that. Now, a lot of the locals in Iceland don't do this, but tourists do, and they tell tourists to do it just because they think it's funny. So me and B actually did this when we were in Iceland, and we ate the fermented shark with the liquor, and it was pretty disgusting. So from looking at their faces, Charlie and Elizabeth's father do not like this at all, but it's understandable, man. Pig fat and vodka does not sound great.
It wasn't good. But our childhood was very intensive. It was like every day it was a new, like it was a new challenge.
So Andrei laughs and jokes about his childhood and said it was a little bit rough growing up in Moldova. We'd break windows, we were delinquent, stuff like that. And then Elizabeth's brother says to Andrei, you were a delinquent, huh? And then all his friends covered for him and said, we were all delinquents. Like, it was just normal to be a delinquent here. I think it's funny Charlie's kind of putting him on blast for this, considering Charlie has had DUI charges in his past. But like, hey man,
This is awkward.
Andrei's the bad guy. Let's focus on Andrei.
They lived in Ireland together.
Oh, so
we used to stay.
So you're the one that
He came first in Ireland.
Yeah.
Then I called him one day and he said, "Why don't you come in here?" So
What brought him to Ireland?
him?
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
Okay, so here Andrei's friend is covering for him. He says he doesn't remember. Obviously, you remember why your friend would go to Ireland. Like, that's not something you really forget. I'm sure he knows the reason, but here he wants to cover for his friend. The problem is this seems really suspect, and when you're withholding information like this, you just imagine the worst. What's that smell? Do you guys smell that? What is that? Oh, that's suspicious, is what that is. That's what that smells like. Woo! So Charlie says he's not going to tell us, and then Andrei chimes in and says he's not going to tell you shit, and then he laughs and he's like, I'm not going to say. This just shows that Andrei has some skeletons in his closet. Now, that being said, Elizabeth's whole family has skeletons in their closet, so it's not good for them to be as judgy. I feel like if Andrei was forthcoming about the information, why he went to Ireland, why he left Moldova, they wouldn't really care, like even if it was criminal stuff. If they acted like, oh my god, that's wrong, he's a criminal, then they would be hypocrites, and I don't think they would act like that, so I think they just want to know why.
Your brother went to Ireland. Did he tell y'all that he had met Elizabeth and that he saw a future?
This is a great question. I'm interested.
He was saying that he just met a special girl, and he was like he was so proud, he was so exalted, and he was so like. You go.
Elizabeth's dad and brother are not playing around. They're very inquisitive during this dinner, and you can see Andrei's friends come to his aid. He was very eager. He liked your daughter. He was very eager. Which, I mean, they're good friends. They're trying to lighten the mood. Everybody's drinking. This is kind of a serious vibe. I feel bad for the friends here. They just wanted to come and eat and drink and laugh, but this is kind of turning into a very serious confrontational dinner.
Meet a girl in Ireland that's from America and the potential of him moving to America. How did you guys all feel about that? I mean, did you think, were you supportive or were you like, hey man?
Dude, Jack, come on.
What?
Okay, so here I'm on Andrei's side, to be honest with you. I feel like that's a really loaded question. I hate to break it to you, Chuck. I hate to break it to you, Charlie. I hate to break it to you, Elizabeth, and every other American that thinks America is the greatest place in the entire world. There are other great places to live besides America. Not everybody wants to come live in America. And if you say America is the best place in the world, who would rather live in Ireland than America? I'm assuming if you say that, you've never been to Wicklow County. I'm assuming you've never been to Dublin. I'm assuming you've never been to the countryside. I'm sure you've never seen the cliffs of Moher. Look, guys, okay? There's a lot of better places than America to live. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Would you rather live in Tampa, Florida, or would you rather live in any capital city in Western Europe? I'd much rather live anywhere in Ireland over Tampa, Florida. I also find it weird that Elizabeth's family is asking these questions now. Like, couldn't you guys have asked this before the first wedding? I don't know why you guys are asking all these questions right now when you're in Moldova. Like, wouldn't it have been smarter to ask all these questions and know about his background and his personal life and all this information that you want to know before he married your daughter? Hi, guys. Hi. Is anyone home? Hi. Where's the brain?
Our first talk was us living in Ireland, not him coming to America.
No way. No way.
It was.
From what our perspective, it seemed like he moved from Moldova to Ireland to try to get to America. Like, just move
Dude,
his way.
shut up.
Okay, so Charlie thinks that Andrei moved to Ireland to then move to America. I don't know, that doesn't make sense in my brain. If I moved to Ireland, I would not be like, all right, I'm going to move to America now. I feel like Andrei was probably happier being a bouncer. He was a bouncer in a bar in Ireland. Somewhere that's like very festive, you go out, you drink with the lads. I feel like that's a much better setting for him than Tampa, Florida. Elizabeth even confirms that their first conversation was living in Ireland potentially, not moving back to America and him coming with her to America. But Charlie shuts that down immediately and says, no, I don't believe that.
He definitely came to Ireland in order to go to America. Facts.
Shut up. Lev, come on. Tell him to stop, nахуй. This
So Andrei's very upset that Charlie and Chuck are making jokes on his ass and asking a lot of personal questions. And he sounds like a kid that just learned how to swear for the first time because he's cussing every single time after every word.
about my past, but
Hello? We're trying to learn about you, dude. He's like, come on,
this
dude.
is just like a direct, like authentic thing.
How's it
Like
offensive?
Whoa, drama. What do you know? They're fighting at the dinner table. They're getting very heated. And Libby actually sides with their family and says he gets very defensive. What? You do.
He gets defensive.
Libby.
You do.
You know what? Honestly, in this moment, I'm kind of on Andrei's side. A lot of those questions were loaded questions. A lot of those questions were pretty offensive to ask in front of a bunch of people that are his family and friends and just want to have a good time and laugh and all drink. And this is supposed to be a wedding dinner?
Because it's boring. It's really boring.
Oh my God, this is like the worst celebration dinner I've ever seen in my life.
In America, people want to know, like, who they're marrying. Their family wants to know who they're marrying.
I'm already married, dude. What?
In America, people want to know who you're marrying. Yeah, that's how it works for every family around the world. That's not exclusive to America, one. Two, they're already married, so I don't know where you're going with this, bud.
You're gonna give a about it. Don't you? Rubber rib.
No, you can sit next to him if you want to talk. I'm not going to be the mother.
Why don't you speak up and talk?
I'll talk to you outside. Ooh, they're about to start slugging it out there. Do you guys remember that scene from that movie Beer Fest? That's what I'm thinking about this now. Oh yeah, it's the big American tough guy. Want to go and settle it, yeah?
Yeah, then you can punch each other's feelings out, yeah, and do some loosening.
Okay.
In all honesty, good. I hope they go outside and they beat the shit out of each other. Let's do it. This is the drama that we needed on the show. You know, physical altercations are dope.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll be there.
You got married in 3 months.
I'm not going to sit in the middle of this.
Whoa, what do you know? Charlie and Andrei end up getting big on each other, and then they start holding each other and doing that thing where it's like they might fight, but they're not really gonna fight, but maybe they will, and they start grabbing each other and kind of slow dancing, right? And I think of that UFC fight where that one guy was like, twist his dick! Give him the old dick twist, you know, because like they're not really gonna fight. Hey Andrei, you won't kiss him though. You won't kiss her brother on the lips, dog. That's what I thought, bitch.
You have to tell them now, like, this is not America.
Baby, they're here as guests of your country. You don't treat them that way.
Well, that's a fun family dinner. I can see why Chuck, Elizabeth's dad, enjoys paying money for this wedding because this is going to be a great wedding. It's not going to be a shit show, guys. Both sides of the family get along. Andrei and Elizabeth's family, they love each other. This is such a joyous occasion. I've never seen such a happy, fun-filled dinner with family and friends. And honestly, I've never seen a couple so in love like Andrei and Elizabeth. So after Charlie and Andrei almost beat each other up and then started making out, they decided to quell the argument and go back to the table and finally enjoy a meal with the family. And that's what we're picking up from the video. Now, they didn't show it on camera, but the rumor is off camera, Andrei and Charlie ended up making out. And he said that actually Charlie was a better kisser than Elizabeth because Elizabeth constantly has a face like she smells a fart.
You will never get this. You will never get this. La 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 la.
Let's close.
Are y'all protecting this dude?
Yeah, of course. He's my friend. Why not?
He's our friend.
Are you okay with the way he got up and tried to like beat my son up? Like we just don't do that in America.
Oh my god. I love that Charlie asked the friends,
Are you protecting this dude?
yeah, obviously, these are his best friends he grew up with in Moldova. Of course, they're going to protect him. They don't know you, motherfucker. They don't want to know you, Charlie. They're only nice to you because it's their friend's spouse's brother. Duh, this guy's an idiot. Second of all, I love how Chuck is like, he tried to beat my son up. This is not how we do it in America. Okay, Chuck, we've seen how you do it, Mr. Slumlord in America. Allegedly, Chuck is the kind of guy that rents out foreclosed homes and then kicks the tenants out, and it's a whole shit show and it's illegal as f***ing Tampa. That's allegedly what's going on in the 9-Day Fiance world. Listen, man, I don't want to be this hoity-toity, oh, in America, that's not how we do it. America is this utopia where no one has fights. Dude, there are bar fights in America all the time. People get in arguments and heated debates and fist fights all the time in America. Hey Chuck, hate to break it to you, but that physical altercation that almost took place was because of your son and Andrei. Both of them are guilty, both of them are at fault. Now, let's not play the hoity-toity. We're like the Kennedys of Tampa, Florida.
You're a hothead just as he is. That's why you guys are fighting.
I'm not a hothead. I'm just telling you.
He's an intimidating guy. He's 6'4".
You guys are fighting because you're similar.
He knows how to
That's
fight.
why.
So just as Chuck is saying some dumb shit, Flip-Flop Elizabeth decides to go on Andrei's side this time and is like, yeah, you guys are just hypocrites. You're just fighting because you're similar. You're both hotheads. Good job, Elizabeth. Drag it out. Now that this side's winning, you want to balance the scale so there's more drama, more of an argument. Let's go.
If he would have hit my son and knocked him out, we would have had to go to a hospital.
That wouldn't have happened.
I wouldn't want to like go to a hospital.
That wouldn't have happened.
Charlie says that wouldn't have happened. Watch out, everybody. We got a badass on our hands. It turns out Charlie is trained in Retch Kwon Do and Miller Lite.
One could say these are the future leaders of our society.
You should stop provoking this guy already.
We're not provoking him, dude. We're talking to him.
I mean,
You can
you're
say
asking the
provoking.
same question. You're asking the same question.
Who wants
like
to answer
10
hard
times.
questions? We're not provoking this dude.
So right now, Kenny fucking Powers gets really heated. He ends up leaving the conversation because he thinks this whole thing is bullshit. He wants to go back to playing baseball in Tampa, Florida.
I say what I want and do what I want, and if you want to fight me, let's do it. I don't give a
Let's do it. You don't scare me, dude.
So he's an intimidating guy. He's 6'4".
When we're like trying to talk to like his friends and everybody to like learn more about him, and like his friends like fall in line. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're not gonna say anything. That's my friend. Like those dudes are punks too. Like, come on.
Hi, my name's Nick. I'm here auditioning for the role of Charlie, Elizabeth's brother. Dude, I'll fucking fight you, dude. I'll fist your ass right now, dude. I'll spread your cheeks, bro. You think this is a fucking joke, dude? Do you know who I am, dude? I have charges of possession with cocaine and a DUI, dude. You know who the fuck I am? I'm from Tampa, Florida, born and raised, bruh. And then his friends, they're a bunch of punks too. Want to defend their friend? Puss move, brother. Okay, how'd I do, guys? Rate that performance on a scale of 1 to 10. I feel like I would have sold it more if I had some chew or dip on the side of my cheek. I feel like he seems like he chews.
You can pick your friends. You can't pick your family. We're family, you know?
Dude, just like, this is not a good night already to about relationship.
Now you're gonna fight with my dad?
Honestly, I didn't come here tonight to like see this face.
Tell them, pack their bags.
Tell them pack their bags. They can hear you say that. Like, Chuck's right there. So her father's right there hearing you say, tell them pack their bags and get out of here. I also think it's weird to say, tell them pack their bags and get out of here to the guy that's paying for the wedding. Her dad's paying for the wedding and you're like, pack your bags, get out of here. I don't want to see you guys anymore. Did they already pay for the wedding, or are they just gonna go, leave, and then you're not gonna have the wedding? Or are you gonna pay for the wedding yourself, Andre? Because if so, bro, big flex.
But fact is, like, I'm not just gonna tolerate bull, like at the table.
Tolerate what? Like, I got legitimate concerns.
I'm not welcome at the table if we're talking.
No.
Yeah, I will sit here all day.
Nope.
I will sit here all day and talk.
You
Okay,
have to just
come
like,
on.
Here all day and talk.
Dude, Elizabeth's brother is throwing out big Danny McBride energy right now. I will sit here all day and talk shit to you. I will come wherever I want, James.
Ooh, I fucking wish you'd come on me right now. I fucking dare you to come on me.
Before this dinner, I was just looking to just get to know a little bit more about Andrei, you know, his growing up, to meet his friends. And now, after hearing a few of these stories and seeing the way he's reacting, that's makes me think that he's trying to hide something.
Regardless of whether the recent online allegations about Chuck's business practices are true or not, I think he should cut off Elizabeth and Andrei. They obviously are ungrateful kids. They don't deserve the fundage from you, Dada. How about you just cut them off? You pack your bags, you fly your ass back to Tampa, Florida, and you keep living in Tampa, Florida and doing your thing, and that's what you need to do. To Elizabeth and Andrei's a bum. You know, good luck paying for the wedding on your own. I think you guys should pay for your own wedding because it's your second wedding. I don't even know anybody that has 2 weddings. I know people renew their vows, but I think that's later in life when they're celebrating their 20-year reunion. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but I think that's when it's appropriate to do that shit. I don't think it's appropriate to do it a couple years after your wedding. Have another wedding, make your father-in-law pay for it. That's a big beta move, puss move. Well, guys, that's a video. Comment below, subscribe. Let's be friends. Follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.